Hello.
Good day. How are you?
I'm wunderbar. Remember that old? Do you remember that old dog chow commercial when they had all the dogs from all the different dialects speaking? They had a schnauzer saying "Tastes wunderbar." Pet it into old dog chow.
It never happened.
They had. I bet in today's politically incorrect environment, that thing would be shot down on sight.
Well, probably should have been.
They had Chihuahua. They had every ethnic accent that you could come up with. It was hilarious.
Oh
But
no.
I digress. They didn't have the Hooterbird accent.
Oh yeah.
Did you play the theme yet today, dude?
No, I didn't do that. I'm a little rusty. You've been away for a while.
I know. I'm Punctual Pete. That's me.
Let's not discuss your personal problems on the show. Here we go.
Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack.
No. You are feeling better. You're pretty proud of yourself, dude.
I haven't heard that whip crack in a long time. I missed it.
How long has it been since you've been divorced? That's how long the whip hasn't been cracked.
That's true.
So, all right,
We're back.
you're back. How's everybody? Better?
Work in progress, but
Okay,
yes.
yeah, well-
I little microscopic glimmers of pinholes of hope and light.
Those are the most lasting.
Good to hear.
When you do all that shit at once and it doesn't ever stick. Increments.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Incremental.
see. Yeah, we were pretty mental, but we are on the right track. And,
Excellent.
Yeah. So.
And you're back in the red room.
I am. Yeah, I tried. My intent I had a wild morning. The intent was to go to the studio this morning and do it, but the normal trip from my house to Port Washington High School is about 8 to 10 minutes. 45 this morning.
Yeah.
Roads are. I don't know how it is in the Berg, but I know the further north you go. But this is probably top 5 worst driving I've ever done.
It's really bad. And I think it's almost because everybody's like, what's it gonna? It's not going to be anything.
That was a big part of it this morning. You know how Port Washington is on top of a hill? And as we turned on to go up the hill, and the little voice in the back of my mind said, wouldn't it be funny if we couldn't actually get up the hill? We couldn't get up the hill.
What'd you do?
Well,
what kind of car are you driving?
I got my dad's.
Is it front wheel drive?
It's a little Chevy Cruze, so I don't.
Well, it should be a front wheel drive. You should be able to get up the hill.
No, well, because the problem is that you're going up the hill slow because it was so backed up.
Yeah.
So it was really funny because. And I did it really well. You're just kind of, letting the car self-propel, but
I've seen you drive. I don't know if I consider that.
You've
very
seen
well.
me drive.
Yes.
I've seen you drive. Actually, I've seen you drive from the bottom, looking up from the bottom of your car.
No blizzard is gonna stop the Beamer. It's an all-wheel drive. It's wonderful.
It seemed this morning like, and it's not their fault, but I think they just got a late jump on plowing and salting here in Port this morning.
I think that's everywhere.
It was funny because on the way they had jumped on it when I was dropping Mallory off, and as I was coming, the road back to home was 10 minutes as opposed to 40. So it made a world of difference already.
Oh, sure. And usually those guys, the plow guys and salters, they're on it. They itching to do some plowing.
I think this was a weird little one-off squall that nobody was really expecting or something. I thought I'd say flurries in my phone, but this was this sideways wind blowing, pelting ice pellet type of thing, and it screwed everybody up.
Yeah, well, I saw it was supposed to keep going until 9 o'clock or so. Yeah, and it will, but it is different than what they predicted. It's not this little fluffy shit. It's some messy. Yeah. So. Winter it's still winter, which is a perfect segue.
I'm glad you worked on your English while we were off the air.
The Sigu Oh, before I go, another Russ Meyer says hello. He was really bummed out last Tuesday. He goes, "Oh, Tuesday was the perfect day to catch a show." They were on the road and they had a power outage so they couldn't get into the plant. So he was stuck in his hotel room. And he said, "We're supposed to be working." He goes, "That'd have been perfect for your show."
Providing the light against loneliness since 2019. That's
you bet. Yeah, but it is still winter, and today's weather is a great segue into Mr. Bob's because it's not over yet. It ain't over yet. They got Mr. Bob's would first of all like to thank the Junior Women's Club of Mequon Thiensville, for providing them with shelving. It's the back stuff. It's like the getting stuff organized that it takes so much that people don't realize. It's drop stuff off and you think it's just going to get into the hands of the people who need it.
Right.
Well, they have to sort it and fold it and organize it. So because when they pull down on Saturday mornings to Kosciuszko Park to help the homeless, it's not just a free for all. Here they have separated out shoes, sheets, blankets. It's all very, very orderly. It has to be. So the shelving was a big deal for them. But please, today's weather is a perfect reminder that it's still winter, even though it's March and it's St. Patrick's Day this weekend, and we had Shamrock shenanigans this past Saturday. It's still winter. So if you have winter coats for men's, women's, spring coats for men, jeans for men and women, the whole list is on MrBobsUnderTheBridge.org. Please take what's in your closet, find it in your closet and in your heart to donate. The Java House, I'm going there after the show. I didn't make it there before the show. I thought there's no way. Bulldog's been leaking off for a week and a half. There's no way he's coming back this morning. So I was, when you called, I was just about ready to go to the Java House. I was waiting for the call to say, ain't happening. And I said, "Well,
I still might."
No, you'll have to deal with AJ then, not me. AJ is like one of the snowplowers. He's been itching. He's got sports bottled up inside him and some good stuff and some. Yeah, and sports are wins and losses. The losses come too. It's part of the deal. So we'll be talking about that. Mel's has been busy. They had the Shamrock shenanigans. I know people clad in green crawling up and down Washington Avenue on Saturday from noon to 4 and then ending up at Cedars, all to raise money for Mel's. Having a good time is just a good sideline. But anyway, good for Mel's. They also had, while we were away, the Mel's Magical Moments dinner dance. It was a great thing that put on by the Seaburg High School students, led by their leader, Patty Clapper. Our Whitney, our Sanger, that's her mother.
Oh, cool.
Whitney, who joins the show, does a great job with all the running the volunteer service at the high school. So Mel's Magical is done in conjunction with Portal Industries. It's just a wonderful event.
Right on.
Yep. And today's a perfect coffee day, don't you think?
Mine's going on the minute AJ pops in here. I'm turning you loose alone so I can top mine off.
What?
I didn't start the pot yet.
You didn't smoke the pot yet.
No.
You look like it.
I'm not doing the show straight. Don't start.
That's what she said. We missed some good food days while you were gone for the national days.
We'll have to take a day to review all the food days.
Well, one of them, are you a ranch dressing guy? Do you like it?
When I was a kid, ranch dressing is a kid's gateway drug to eating salad.
Yes, it's the number one selling salad dressing in the U.S., surpassing Italian. And what the thing is funny about it is that outside of the U.S. and Canada, the rest of the world, they don't even know what the ranch dressing is.
I mean, is a distinctly American dressing?
And Canadian, yeah. And that actually was, made it a ranch. The guy had a dude ranch. Did you hear the story? Have you ever heard this?
I've heard versions of the story, yes.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the movie.
You've got a big movie segment today, speaking of which.
Oh, yeah. I'll rattle on.
Okay. Well, really?
Yeah.
That's a shocker. Yeah, so he started making ranch dressing. He had a dude ranch for his guests, and people raved about it. So he started sending them, making it like a take-home pack, leaving the place like a gift. Couldn't keep up with the frickin' demand. So then But the thing is, they had to refrigerate it. And then they had the big boys. I think Nabisco or somebody bought them. Anyway, and
Hidden Valley is the sort of the.
I know, but someone bought the Hidden Valley brand.
Yeah.
A big company. I can't remember. Something Lysol or something. Somebody you wouldn't expect. Lysol. Anyway, and I'm telling you. And anyway, ranch. Yeah, my son. He puts ranch on everything. He's not the kid, he's still a kid, I guess. He dips his pizza in ranch.
There's a lot of people that do that. In fact, that is an option when you're buying your Domino's pizza to get a.
Well, Domino's, they need to put some shit on it to make it taste decent.
Just say that's probably but it's funny. Actually, I would rather have ranch on anything but salad. I mean,
butt salad. That sounds disgusting.
Not butt salad, but told you I'm not doing this show straight. Anyway, no, it's chicken nuggets. Taste good dipped in ranch. It's delicious.
What kind of chicken nuggets do you eat?
Purdue.
Oh, they actually have a great. They had a great line. And it was all about Frank Purdue. He was the founder of Purdue, and he was such a tough stickler for quality. They came out with the ad agency came out with a brilliant line. It takes a tough man to make a tender chicken. Which is,
and it takes a tender man to make a tough chicken.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. What about Oreos? Are you an Oreo guy?
Yes. I mean, I have yet to decline them if offered.
It was on the 6th, so a week ago today was National Oreo Day. I'm like, eh.
Well, I like what the Oreo or Nabisco or Lysol, whoever the company is doing with them now. I had the best Oreo 2 weeks ago, and well, you would have liked it because you're not a peanut butter.
Sounds like a freaking orgasm. An Oreo-gasm.
You
had an Oreo-gasm.
It was Oreo-gasmic, I'll tell you. It was called brand new. I mean, it seemed maybe we're the test market zone region for it or something, but it was called peanut butter chocolate pie Oreos. Damn, were those good! Oh my god!
Doesn't even sound like. You know what? My son's the ranch person. My daughter Margot is the Oreo person. She's a nut.
And she likes peanut butter. She should hunt these down.
Now, hey, you made me think of that because in the movie, the remake of what's the Parent Trap? You know, the original was Haley Mills. This one had what's her name, Lindsay Lohan. Yeah. Before she became Lindsay Lohan.
And I was Lindsay Lohan before she became Lindsay Lohan. I'll have you know.
Yeah. In the movie, Parent Trap, when they're stuck in that cabin together, they dunk Oreos in peanut butter. Of course, of course, before the movie was even over, Margot had the peanut butter jar and the Oreos out. But ever since then, she's been I'm like, because she likes. See, I'm more of the peanut butter connoisseur, but she likes the peanut butter crap. Like she puts peanut butter on Oreos, or she'll have peanut butter syrup on like a sundae.
Yes.
No.
Slam dunk.
No, can't do that. You're ruining it.
Gotta do it.
No.
It's so good.
No.
So good.
Anyway, so Oreos are the number one cookie. I have turned them down. I still kind of go. It's not. I don't think they're bad. I'm just like, if I'm going to have those calories, I want to enjoy them. I know Dr. Ben would say, well, first of all, Oreo doesn't come in a box, so it must be good for you because it comes in a plastic wrapper.
Right.
But I think you got to use those calories wisely when you're having that kind of stuff. What's your favorite?
I haven't yet.
What's your favorite cookie?
Favorite cookie? Oh my god!
It doesn't have to be a brand. What's your favorite?
I'm kind of partial these days to the worst of the worst, which is those. My kids call them Play-Doh cookies because they actually have the consistency of Play-Doh. They have they're like frosted sugar cookies. You see in grocery stores all the time.
Yep.
And so good, but they've got to be horrible for you because
they must be.
They're so soft, so that's got to be 9,000 different chemicals to keep them that soft all the time.
And it takes like one bite, and you're 3/4 through it. It's just you get stuck in your mouth. You know, it's good. It's good stuff.
Good with milk, good with coffee. It's a perfect cookie right now.
Really?
Currently. Although there's peanut butter chocolate pie, or the Oreo cookie part of this cookie was based in graham cracker, so it's like a graham cracker crust of a pie. It was
so brilliant. It's not even. It was no Oreo then. There's no Oreo.
No, it has actually. Yeah, when you're talking, it's shaped like one.
Oh. It's like golden Oreos. Those I like.
Those are good. No, I like those too. Yeah.
I wouldn't turn those down. I would turn down an Oreo, but not a golden Oreo.
I like the golden Oreos. They put chocolate cream inside.
Oh,
that's damn good.
You can't ever stop. Why do you?
Well, because talking about connoisseurs, connoisseurs. Because I'm adventurous in my cookies, and you are a neo-traditionalist.
What? No, chocolate chip all the way. But I do like of store brand cookies the Keebler. I haven't had them in years, but you just made me think of it with all this
fudge?
cream. Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, those kick ass.
No, they're. I don't think they are. Are they the ones?
They're shaped like Keebler elves, and they have
chocolate filling in the middle.
Fudge, yeah.
That's not EL fudge, is it?
That's EL fudge. I'm telling you.
Sure. Those are good.
Do you really want to go round and round with me on cookies?
Chocolate sour cream cookie. I haven't seen a Keebler's commercial. I used to see them all the time. I haven't seen those anymore.
Well, maybe
I'm not watching the young person show.
That's right. Well, I don't think they market those to young people anymore. I'm 22 years old. I'm at the gym every day, and before I work out, I get my fill of EL fudge.
You bet. Today is National Coconut Tort Day. And I don't think I've ever had a coconut tort, but I was thinking about, I love coconut. Yes. Oh.
I've actually come around. I hated it as a kid, hated it as a middle-ager, but as I'm getting into my older years, I'm starting to enjoy it more, which clearly must mean that I'm getting very geezery. And if you like it that much, clearly it's got to be.
No, it's hip happening. Coconut.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
I like those too. Those are good with coffee. See, I actually like Almond Joy and Mounds. I hated them as a kid. I like them now. So I can change. People can change.
I don't think I've ever had a coconut cookie of any kind.
I bet you have if you had the Girl Scout ones that are circular with the coconut and the caramel on. You never had those?
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely a coconut cookie. And we are in that season. Yeah. Absolutely. There's a name. They have,
I saw a headline. I didn't read it. Why are people having so much trouble finding Girl Scout cookies this year? Have you noticed that?
I saw the article, but being at the library, I had no problem. I'm surrounded by moms, so I have a big order out there.
They don't make Savannah's anymore. When I was a kid, the peanut butter sandwich cookies. Now, there's a good peanut butter cookie.
Those are good. Yeah. They have a new one this year that looks really good. It's like a chocolate cookie with like a disc, as I can call it, a disc of caramel in the middle, and they look interesting. They're new this year, I guess. And so I ordered 200 of them.
Oh,
and I'll let you know how
a sampler size.
just a little something to tide me over.
Man. Oh. Okay. Well, AJ, he pretended he was concerned about you, but he was really only concerned about the show.
Well, let's truly find out and bring the man, the myth, the legend into the studio here. After a week away,
he's got some exciting news for us.
Well, fantastic. Well, here's AJ.
Hey, boys.
Good morning. It's been too long. I haven't heard that. Hey, boys, in a whole week. How are you?
How are we doing?
Oh, we are glad to be back. Doubly glad now.
AJ, try and pick it up a little, would you? For God's sakes, you sound so unhappy.
Hey, it's Bracket Monday, boys. It's Bracket Monday.
That's going down. Very good. All right.
Excellent.
I smell money.
Or donations. Either one.
Okay. I went the other direction.
For all you Badger fans out there is an NIT bracket you can fill out. So,
are they in the NIT?
Yes, they are in the NIT. They played Bradley on Tuesday.
I think they should have done what North Carolina did. They spurned the NIT.
Oh, extra playing time for the young guys.
Boy.
No. But in all seriousness, Shaka, congratulations. And I hope you shut down the Mecca yesterday because you were in the Mecca for a national TV interview, and I hope you guys had a great time. So, in all seriousness, congratulations.
So I got to ask at the top of the show here, because we've been away, what was the final fate of your team?
We are out. We are out.
Oh, dear.
See, that's some of the sad reality we were talking.
So we are out, but in a positive light, we lost by less than the other team did that made the sectional final.
Aha! So we're turning this into algebra.
Yeah. So the other team that lost in the sectional final lost by 28, and we lost by 20 and scored 29 total points.
Okay. And how'd you do?
We lost by 25 and had 21 points at halftime.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
So
little victories.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was for those of you who are following state basketball this year, 3 of the teams that Homestead has played this year will be at state this weekend.
Who are they?
Nicolay,
okay,
Pierre, and Whitnall.
Nicolay made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nicolay and Whitnall will actually play each other, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That should be an interesting game.
Who are you picking in that one?
I like Nicolay. Nicolay's got Davion Hannon. He's really good. He's a 2025 kid. He's really good. He's really athletic. But also Whitnall has the Harrell brothers. So I will be in town. I will be in the building for that game Thursday evening. So that should be fun.
AJ's going to give us reports from the road, Bulldog. That's the exciting part.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I will be in Madison Thursday evening. So I'll be Thursday evening through Saturday.
So what team actually bumped you guys out?
De Pere.
You know what I heard about De Pere? I hear they're juicing. No, I'm kidding.
They're really good Bulldogs. They're really good.
Well,
I told somebody that if they had all state tournament, as in all 5 divisions played against each other, they'd probably win the whole thing.
Well, they should. They're in Division 1. If you're the champ for that, you should beat the poor little schools, for God's sakes.
I know, but they played in their defense. They played Pewaukee. They played Wisconsin Lutheran. They played all these smaller schools that are on their same level. So yeah. So,
okay.
Be interesting.
Yeah. And then you had you were also following the Kohler kids, and they made it till Saturday night.
They made it till Saturday night. They lost by 8. They were winning most of the game, and they got a technical, and that changed the whole game. So.
Oh, did you say something from the crowd? Did you speak?
No. A kid basically tackled the kid and said, "I'll keep it the PG version. What did I do?" And that didn't go over.
Can't do that.
that didn't go over well.
Predictably.
I heard there was a clause this year you could do that, but I guess not. All right.
Now, what about the really, really good news that you have, AJ, about another team?
Whitewater in the Final Four.
All right.
Whitewater, after barely making the tournament, after everything they've been through this year, they're great passing away in July. They're in the Final Four. They play, anyone guess, Mountain Union again in another sport.
They play them in football every year in the playoffs, it seems like.
Yeah, every year in the playoffs. No, it's basketball. No.
Where the hell is Mountain Union? Do you know?
It's in Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a mountain in Ohio? For God's sakes.
Oh, it's in Ohio. It's private school in Ohio.
Okay, well, that's cool. So what they play on Thursday, I saw.
Thursday at 7.
Thursday at 7.
In Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. And what's your prediction for that one?
They're on a roll, so I won't be surprised. I'm hoping the boys pull through. I'm hoping to make the finals and win the whole thing. It'll be the first time in 8 years or 9 years, that we win the whole thing. But it's been a great run. It's been a great run so far. It's been great to hear the fellows from past teams pull for this team. So it's been great. So
cool. Very cool. And then you're going to be in Madison. You're staying for the whole tournament, AJ?
I'll be there Thursday afternoon to Saturday evening.
So. Okay, and Saturday evening is the end, right?
Yep.
Cool. Excellent. So you're a basketball junkie. You're going to be in heaven.
Yeah, I love the Kohl Center. It's fun. It's been a fun time.
It is. It's a great venue. All right. What about you do brackets? Are you a bracketologist?
I'll do one just for fun. I'll do one with my family just for fun. Mm-hmm. But we don't pick the playing games. So
okay.
We'll pick the.
Do you already have your bracket filled out?
No, I have my bracket mentally filled out, but I don't.
What are you one of those people who keeps changing your mind until like Thursday at 11:29 when the tip's off? It's at 11:30.
No. This year's pretty clear cut for me. This year's pretty clear cut for me. I'm going with. I'm rolling with Texas, and my final four is gonna be Texas, Kansas, Marquette, and UConn.
UConn. You're picking two Big East teams.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw on one of the many shows they have on CBS. They have Jay Wright, who was a Villanova coach for so long.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good.
He does a good job. He picked Marquette to make it to the Final Four. In the final game, he has them losing to Alabama, I believe.
I think it was Kansas, actually.
Okay, Kansas. Well, somebody had them losing to Alabama. Maybe it was.
That was Seth.
Seth Davis. So you're your favorite.
Yeah, Seth. Seth, who somehow saw a path for Wisconsin to make the tournament, even though they were out in the first round of the Big Ten tournament. By the way, shout out to Micah Stewsbury and Penn State. They gave Purdue clap for them. They gave Purdue a heck of a run yesterday. Probably should have beat them if the guy wouldn't have traveled on the 3-pointer. But yeah,
I didn't see it. I checked in every once in a while, and I know they were down a lot, but they kept coming back. My daughter was downstairs yelling. We were rooting for Penn State, so I knew it was close.
They cut it to 2, and they got a steal, and the guy traveled on the 3-pointer.
Oh.
That would have won the game. So.
Did he really travel?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you watch, like when the tournament's on, will you have that TV on from 11 until sign off?
Oh, yeah. I'll have it on. I got to fix my Alexa, but I'll have it on.
Alexa fixed you, I think.
Yeah.
What about, all right, so you have Marquette going far. I'm trying to be realistic. We pick a bracket just in the family, and I think Marquette, did you watch them Saturday night, dude?
Yeah, they blew them out.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they blew them out. It was pretty impressive. Kolek was impressive. For the tournament, he averaged 15, 7, and 5 for the tournament.
That's pretty good.
Which is pretty good. That's called steady point guard play, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that's called.
Yeah, definitely. He's good. They're all good.
I think their key to success is going to be also Iguodala. If they can get something out of their big men, if they can get something out of him, that's going to be their key to success. Because you know what you're going to get out of Cam Jones, and you know what you're going to get out of Kolek, and you know what you're going to get out of Chase Ross, and you know what you're going to get out of the rest of the crew. But their key to success is going to be also Iguodala.
Well, he really, for a big guy, he handles the ball really well. I've seen him bring it up against the press sometimes.
He does.
He's pretty good, and he's a junior.
They're all juniors. They're all basically sophomores and juniors.
Do you see any of them leaving early?
No. There's too much.
Yeah.
There's too much. Cam Jones maybe, but maybe next year, not this year.
Okay.
Not this year. There's too much There's too much cohesiveness that goes on with that team. If Kolek, no, he's too small to leave early.
Small? He's 6'3".
Well, I know, but he looks small. He looks small on TV.
So does Jack.
Yeah, dude. I read this morning, Shaka Smart, everybody thinks of him in the tournament to say, oh, he's a great tournament coach because he got VCU to the Final Four that one year.
Yeah.
But since he got them to the Final Four, between VCU and Texas, he's 0-6 in tournament games.
Why you bring that up?
Because it's a fact.
Marquette is over since 2013. Why are you bringing it up?
Because it's a fact. I think it's an interesting fact. It's trivia, dude.
It is. I know. It's bad. It's bad juju. Though. Hopefully, it's not bad juju.
Bad juju. Bad juju is ignoring it. Get it out in the open so you can say it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you picked Texas. There's only one reason you picked Texas because your buddy's on that team.
Yeah.
I mean.
By the way, they blew. Did I ever see them? They blew out Kansas. They blew out Kansas on Saturday night.
Okay, Kansas didn't have their coach.
True. Poor Bill Self.
Yeah. That's what he gets for cheating.
Yeah, right.
What about and Buzz Williams is back in with Texas A&M.
Oh yeah.
Do you like him?
No. So the way he left Marquette was unceremonious. So.
Okay. All right.
I do like my team. If I had to pick a sleeper team this year, it would be let me see. Who am I thinking? My sleeper team this year is Oral Roberts University.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're
somebody. You know the coach. And a starting point guard you used to eat lunch with.
No. They're undefeated in the Summit League.
Okay.
You know what a lot of people don't remember about Oral Roberts is he's the guy in the late 80s who said,
yes,
if you do not send me this much money by this date, God will strike me down. And guess what? He didn't make it.
I was going to say, talk about incentive not to give. Is that all we have to do is not give you money?
They didn't make the level he was looking for.
Oral Roberts.
He came back the next day and said, I was wrong.
By the way, boys, piece of advice for everyone out there listening: do not invest in my bracket. You will not.
I was going to say, who else? You got Oral Roberts going. What about Jimmy? Is there a Jimmy Swaggart University that you could?
My team has sinned against you.
No. My other team though.
Jim Baker University.
No,
I can't tie him out of the shackles. I can't get.
No, my other team is Indiana.
What?
Yep.
They don't have their guards aren't good enough. AJ.
Well, I think Purdue. I honestly, I think Purdue's guards are too young. They're too young.
The best thing I discovered out of AJ's sports report this morning is that actually I do really good impressions of defrocked televangelists.
Watch your language. Go frock yourself.
They're both freshmen, and I watched the tournament game yesterday against Northwestern. They almost threw that game away between the two of them. So,
really?
Yeah, they had 3 turnovers down the stretch.
Are any Big Ten teams going to make any noise in the tournament?
Never can count out Tom Izzo.
Okay.
But I don't think so.
Izzo, if they're in like early on, if Marquette and Michigan State both win the first round, I think they play right after that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a blowout for Marquette.
What about that prick at Iowa? They're not going to go do anything, are they?
No, Clappy.
Yeah.
Clappy the stare down.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in a tough 8-9 game. They got
Auburn, right?
Auburn. So 2 coaches I despise are playing in. Gotta love it.
This time it's personal.
when AJ brings out the D word, you know it's trouble. Despise.
Well, for those of you who don't remember, Bruce Pearl got Milwaukee in all sorts of trouble after he left.
He leaves.
I remember that.
He's like Pete the Cheat Carroll. He leaves a trail of destruction behind him, but he's successful for a while wherever he goes.
Right.
Since you guys are talking gambling so much this morning and brackets and all that, did you hear about this? This is big news. that the WWE is in talks with state gambling regulators to legalize betting on scripted match results.
Oh,
now,
geez.
if you ask me, there's no
Here we
way
go.
anything could possibly go wrong with this. This is great. I mean, this is going to be clean stuff.
Oh,
So,
we have to flip the script, gentlemen. Oh, we have to flip the script.
You just hear Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura during that one. Come on, McMahon. I have $1,000 riding on Jake the Snake Roberts.
How could there ever be a bet on a scripted event?
How can there not?
Gentlemen, I have to full disclosure. I worked WWE on when I was at Pfizer. Dumbest thing ever.
Now see here, AJ. You don't know what you're talking about. I work very hard. I'm out there fucking every day.
Wait a minute. What made it dumbest thing ever?
Well, you know how on TV, like they don't have like 45-minute breaks between matches.
True.
During the live thing, they have like 45-minute monologues of individual people.
I'm there for the monologues. I'm not there for all the locking up and the headlocks and the pile drivers. I want to hear the wit and wisdom of these very intelligent, articulate people.
WW, wisdom, E. What's the E for?
I don't know. I'll work on that.
Elocution? Wisdom and elocution. WWE.
Wisdom entertainment. That's what it is.
Well, anyway. Can make your bones.
But tonight's preview, we got the Bucks and the Kings.
Ooh, all right. And
it's gonna be a tough trip. I believe that the Bucks are gonna win. But it's if you guys saw Saturday night's game, which I did, Drew turned the ball over with 24 seconds left, sadly, and Steph came down and hit a three after armbarring Drew to the ground.
Oh.
Now see here, McMahon. I was working really hard.
Wait a minute. You get the wrong sport, buddy boy.
Yeah. Which my dad said. My dad and I were both watching. He said, if that was anybody else other than Stephen Curry, it would have been a flagrant foul. But,
You're invoking the agent's name. I like it.
Yeah.
How was you were home this weekend, right?
I was home this weekend.
How was the food?
Oh, very good, very good. I was home. I was at a birthday party. I went to the Kohler game. We took Grandma to the Kohler game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that was fun.
She get tossed? She's kind of a troublemaker, isn't she?
She get tossed? No, she didn't get tossed. No, we had a good time. The whole village was there. It was fun.
Ah, cool.
It takes a village sometimes.
No, shut up.
It was very fun. It was a good time, and it was just, good weekend.
Good.
My little cousin turned 3, so that was good.
Yeah.
Never seen so much Thomas the Tank Engine in my life.
Oh, you got a long way. You got a lot to learn, Uncle.
Has your cousin been scouted yet?
No.
All right.
Although his dad is like 6'4" and like a jiu-jitsu master. So.
All right.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu. Oh boy, yeah. AJ, you are full of who knows what's going to come out of your mouth today? For God's sakes.
Jiu-jitsu, the road isn't that long to lead to the WWE. I'm just saying, some of those moves.
we got to outgrow Thomas the Tank Engine first.
Okay. All right.
All right, AJ, do you like Oreos?
Oh, yes.
Are they in your top 5 cookies?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Are you a dunker?
No.
Do you just like them or what?
I just like
Okay. All right. Double stuffs or regular?
double stuff.
Oh, very good.
What? You are a sinner.
Do you have to have milk with them, or can you just go commando?
No. Dry is good.
Dry is good. Oh man, I can't do that. No, I'm too old for that.
AJ is a real fan. He doesn't try and water it down with any milk.
Oh heck yeah! My God, that's
double stuff though. That's You're the first person I know, Oreo fanatic, that really thinks the double stuff is better than the original.
Here, AJ, I could ruin Oreos for you for the remainder of your life. Let me do that for you here. It's a service I provide. One day I was enjoying double stuffed Oreos, and my kid, who was quite young at the time, probably 8 or 9, says to me, Hey, Dad, did you ever notice that the stuffing in Oreos kind of tastes like toothpaste? It was over.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! What?
It's a cruel, cruel blow.
Well, what's worse is, have you ever heard what the stuffing is made out of?
I don't look at those sort of articles. I just read about the WWE. I don't read those kind of.
AJ, what about Jalen? What's his name? Jalen Ramsey got traded.
Jalen Ramsey got traded to the Dolphins. I saw that.
Yes. What do you think of that?
Deron Payne from the Commanders made $90 million. Now, here's my question for all you Commander fans.
There aren't any.
Does that $90 million actually exist, or does he not have any money left?
It sounds like a Silicon Valley Bank question. To be topical.
Well, no. I'm just saying because the Commanders are still in financial trouble with
Daniel Snyder?
Yeah. Huh. He's in the process of selling the team, I believe.
Well, we'll see. He's kind of the guy who wants to hang on to it forever because he likes the attention.
Yeah,
a lot of those guys do.
Right.
If you could own a sports franchise, football.
Wait.
Football.
I know
okay, go ahead. Lay it on us.
I'm buying steak from Jimmy Haslam, and I'm buying steak in the Bucks.
Oh, the Bucks!
Yeah,
you shocked me with that one.
Yes, I'm buying steak in the Bucks.
Really?
Because I know the Bucks are going to be around for the next 25 years.
Oh, so you think this is a dynasty type team here?
No, I'm not saying it's a dynasty team. I know it. I'm just saying I know the franchise is going to be in location.
Oh, in location. I thought you meant they're going to be like contenders for 25 years.
I'm saying I know they're going to be in location for the next. Pfizer is such a multi-use franchise, multi-use arena.
Yeah.
That you can make so much money off of the different events.
Well, it was built specifically for the WWE, and then they refigure it for basketball when there's time.
Oh, is that? Can you smell what the Rock's cooking? Oh my goodness!
I actually, what would be interesting. What would be interesting is if they got a frozen. Someday they got that Badger tournament that they had.
Frozen Four.
That Badger tournament that they have in December is going over very well.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if someday they get like a Frozen Four or a regional, some sort of hockey event that means a little more than just a tournament in December.
Yeah.
Because hockey seems to be going over well. College hockey, especially, seems to be going over well in Wisconsin, especially women's.
Mm-hmm. We just had on some women hockey players right before we went off the air 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were
for the Owls, the Ozaki Women's Hockey League.
They were Pistols. Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good. They're good. Women's hockey in Wisconsin is big time.
Yep.
They're in the Frozen Four, actually, I believe, this weekend.
Well, AJ, we are going to let you get on with your day.
Awesome.
Have some Oreos.
Thanks for popping in. Try some of those exotic Oreos and give us a report.
We'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Bulldog, are you good? Tomorrow, what's your status for tomorrow, Bulldog?
Seems good now.
Okay. All right.
Until then, sir.
Go eat some double stuffs.
Yep.
Right.
Awesome.
Take care, AJ. Yep.
Have a good day.
AJ Bocchini with sports. Finally back at his post here on the Jack Henke Show for a Monday post-Academy Award edition.
Okay. Speaking of which, I know you enjoyed that Anything, Anywhere, Anytime, but I
loved it.
Are you surprised that it did so well?
Well,
I should let you do your thing. Do your monologue. Give us a review.
What I can do certainly is take you through the tour of all of the. Let me see. I've got this all queued up here. I thought. There we go. From our friends at Entertainment Weekly. So here's all the stuff that no one gives a rat's ass about. The documentary short film, best animated short film, best live action short film. An Irish Goodbye. That was actually a cool award. I believe the star may be kind of IDD type of developmentally and disabled, and he came up on stage with the filmmakers and
for live action.
For live action for the live action short film, An Irish Goodbye, and it was his birthday, and so they let him hold the statue. And the entire auditorium sang happy birthday to him. That was a great moment. I mean, the guy was like floored. I mean, you got like Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts singing happy birthday to this young man.
Oh, God.
I mean, that's
Julia
a big
Roberts.
That's a big thing, so except for you, of course, you'd sit there going, ah. Yeah. But anyway.
What's that horse saying happy birthday for? Is that Mr. Ed? Oh, no, that's Julia Roberts.
Classy here. I'm glad we're not taking after people because of their physical features here on the Jack Henke Show. Best makeup and hairstyling, that went to The Whale, which wasn't a huge surprise because the makeup in that was incredible, even though the movie was not.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw them all.
Okay, you saw them all.
I'm caught up.
Okay, we got to find out from Jeremiah if he saw them all.
Absolutely.
Carry on.
Design. No surprise here. If there's going to be a Black Panther movie, it's going to win best costume design because it's like off the charts incredible. So that's just how it is. Okay. That being said, best music, All Quiet on the Western Front. That was actually a really good score. I thought our own Milwaukee's Justin Hurwitz, who's worked with director Damien Chazelle on both La La Land and Whiplash and First Man. I thought his score for Babylon, while also that movie was problematic, the score was incredible. So what can you do? I actually liked John Williams' score for The Fabelmans, but I didn't think he had a snowball's chance in hell for the sole reason that, unlike most of those Spielberg, John Williams collaborations, it's a very understated score. I mean, it's like a single piano through most of it. So, but it's a very haunting score, and if it had won, I would not have been upset by that at all. Best original song went to Natu from RRR, which was an incredible movie. I just watched that this last weekend.
What is it?
RRR. It's a Bollywood Indian wonderful movie. Incredible. 3 hours.
So 3 initials, RRR. That's
what it is. Yep, it's great.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic.
That's the one. All right. Best cinematography went to a guy named James Friend for All Quiet on the Western Front, which isn't terribly surprising because that was probably arguably the most gorgeous looking movie of the year, even though it's really hard to make all that blood and corpses and mud and shit look beautiful, and he did. So that's a feat if you ask me.
All right.
Best visual effects goes to not shocking at all, The Way of Water, Avatar. Although wild card for me would have been Top Gun Maverick, because actually I thought those flying sequences and what they did to achieve those flying sequences was unparalleled. I mean, for Top Gun Maverick, they mounted cameras onto actual, F-16 whatever fighter jets, and Avatar, they hung out in a big blue room. So I don't know. I mean, but they had plenty of, what can you do? Best sound, Top Gun Maverick, not surprising there either. Although Avatar could have definitely taken that, and All Quiet on the Western Front certainly would have had a chance too, because
I get it. Our best sound, All Quiet.
Nice. Yeah, indeed. Absolutely. Indeed. Best production design, All Quiet on the Western Front. That's very cool because I can't think of a war movie that I've ever seen where you felt more like you were there in the trenches. Even 1917, which is a relatively recent World War I film, didn't feel as pure as this one. So there we go.
More than Saving Private Ryan.
1,000 times. Oh yeah, definitely.
1,000 times.
Oh God, yeah. Saving Private Ryan is great because it looks like a Hollywood war movie, and it gets the Hollywood war movie thing down. All Quiet on the Western Front feels like just feels like effing war. That's all it is. It's
sounds like a good reason not to watch it. All right.
As I like to joke, it is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen that I hope to never see again. Okay. So there we go. Best film editing is going to go to Everything Everywhere All at Once. No surprise there. That movie is the editing is like one of the stars. Best documentary went to Navalny, which is pretty interesting because that'll poke and thumb our Russian friends right in the eye because he's our current dissident, jail dissident, who's done various hunger strikes and with good reason. So the best documentary about him and his cause won an Academy Award, and I'm sure Vladimir says, well, it's just, Hollywood.
Oscar? What is Oscar?
There you go, Oscar.
We send it
Oscar.
Kill Oscar.
To Siberia.
No more Oscar.
Best international feature film, All Quiet on the Western Front. It's an interesting thing because that movie straddled both sides of the pond, so to speak, because it is essentially a German movie. But
really?
it was funded by Netflix, so it's kind of a German-American co-feature, so that's kind of interesting. Best animated feature, I will say that all of the movies on this list could have taken it because they were all great. Just every one of them was great. And Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio won, which is amazing. The stop motion, the handcrafted care that went into that movie is just amazing. And
I read where it's too political. Is that right?
I guess it's too political if you're a fascist.
Okay.
I mean, if you're into like fascism, yeah, you'd be like, how dare they? Mussolini was great. So I mean, sure.
Okay.
I would have actually given it to, it's interesting because Turning Red is a Pixar film, and it used to be a given that if you were nominated next to a Pixar film, it was a slam dunk. And it's kind of a shame because actually Turning Red, some of the past Pixar victories, maybe I wouldn't have given it to, but Turning Red, I would have, because it was fantastic. I haven't heard of that one. Yeah, that's the problem.
How can Pixar have a movie that no one's heard of? That's unheard of. That's unheard of.
Well, because Pixar, since they were devoured by Disney, which has been most of their life, I guess. Probably, but during the pandemic, Disney made the less than intelligent choice to put all the Pixar movies that came out direct onto Disney Plus. And so there's like no market, there's very little marketing for that. And it's just not, it underscores the problem we're having now, which actually that problem is getting solved because people in Hollywood are figuring out that, if we put our movies actually in theaters, we will make more money. Hey, so
especially if they charge different rates for different seats, different features.
Well, we're not going there today, sir. No.
Okay,
I will not be set off today. It's Monday. Right. Okay, best writing for adapted screenplay, Sarah Polley with Women Talking, or as Mark Wahlberg said I think at the Screen Actors Guild, the women are talking. So whatever. That was a great movie, incredible film. In fact, if that had been nominated, I think it was nominated for Best Picture. I have to double check. I don't think maybe not. If it had won Best Picture this year, I wouldn't have complained because it's actually a great film. And that's fine. It was a good adaptation of a novel. And we have the novel at the Cedarburg Public Library. Check it out. Although I think it's checked out right now because
because that's what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Original screenplay, Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's perfect because you will not find a more original movie this year. Once you start bringing in Talking Raccoons and Everything Bagels that hold the key to the universe. Yeah. Best Supporting Actress, Jamie Lee Curtis. She was great. That was a surprise. I think that might have been sort of a career award more than, but she was great in the film. But she wasn't in it a lot. It's an ensemble piece. So I think that was more like, wow, Jamie Lee, you've been around forever and you've been in the trenches. Let's give you an award finally. So I have a feeling that might be that. And that's fine that they do that. That's okay. Best Supporting Actor is Ke Huy Quan. He was great in the movie. Again, it's an ensemble piece. So he stood out. Yes, he was great. But my God, what a great story. This kid who Spielberg used for Indiana Jones.
Short Round.
That's him. And, after that, like happens in Hollywood, certainly if you're a child actor and the double whammy of being and being an Asian actor, he just had a rough time after, getting roles after his big, and I challenge anyone to watch a highlight reel of all of his speeches at every podium because he won every award this season, and do so with while retaining a dry eye because it's great. I mean, he's so grateful, and it's just his enthusiasm, and it's just a great story. It's wonderful. Best Actress, Michelle Yeoh. That also felt like a career. I mean, she's great. Again, she's terrific. She is essentially the star of that movie, even in an ensemble film, Everything Everywhere All at Once. She's been around forever. My God, I used to watch her and Jackie Chan, chop up the bad guys in movies from Hong Kong in the 90s. So she has just been, a stalwart workhorse. And for her to get an Oscar, again, it feels like a career retrospective type of award. And God bless him. So Brendan Fraser for The Whale, he was great. I would have actually given it to the guy from the movie After Sun, Paul Mescal, that nobody has seen. And that's a damn shame because After Sun is a terrific film.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
it's wonderful. No, it's fantastic.
Okay. Keep on.
The Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. It's rare that a directing team will win an award, or it's just rare to have a directing team in general, because they have the Directors Guild, the unions have unions have certain rules that, it seems like those rules are getting bent now, but
bent.
A single director has been kind of the norm. So this is odd, and I think it's great, because directing is such a Herculean task, and directing this movie must have been twice as Herculean, just to keep everything straight, because there's 900 different multiverses, and we're folding in onto itself, and so it's great. And Best Picture, Everything Everywhere All at Once. If The Fabelmans had won, I would have been thrilled, because that was probably my favorite movie of the year, The Fabelmans. But so that's the list.
So the rap, just by the tone of your voice and your body and your energy, it sounds like you thought this was a good.
This is great. This is a great year for movies. Anyone who bitches and says, "Oh, movies suck in 2022 or 23 or whatever," they don't like movies. You're not a movie fan, then. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So
why don't you watch bowling?
So you said more than once that the so and so do one. I've been fine with that, but this one, that's all right. So you some years you're like, I can't believe it. I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that happened. Right. Not this year.
No,
any shockers? Any shockers that people didn't see coming?
Not really. I mean, the whole shocker is the fact that Everything Everywhere All at Once had this kind of showing and had this kind of steamroll behind it, because the movie came out a long time ago. That came out almost a year ago. It came out in March of 22. So we're already talking a year has passed since it came out. And it did well. A lot of people went and saw it. A lot of people didn't like it because it is batshit crazy. I don't know if anyone has mentioned this yet. This movie is absolute insanity.
Well, you are, and that's what another thing that makes you a very interesting person is you like the batshit crazy stuff. You like schlock. I'm not saying this is schlock. It's a different category. And you like the very auteur stuff. So what don't
but you know what's funny? You know what's funny is, and actually that's a good question, because actually I like all of it. If you're a true cinema fanatic, you should like all of it, except for movies that are made for the wrong reason. Like if it's made just for money and it sucks and it's bad writing, and you shouldn't like those. You should probably avoid those. But again, bad writing is all subjective anyway. The films I hate are probably some of the films that other people love. So I mean, it's a subject, like all arts. It's a totally subjective medium. So I just love that it exists. I love that theaters are doing well again. It's all great.
I told you once they did the pricing thing. I told you they were all going to come back.
Yes, you did. No, actually, well, the problem theaters have now is a supply problem. There aren't enough movies right now. Well, and
that's their own fault.
It kind of is, kind of isn't, because obviously the pandemic brought everything to a
pandemic. That's old news.
Well, but we're reaping. It's a 2-year journey. You start. Most of the movies coming out now, they started 2 years ago. Well, 2 years ago, it was a hard stop. So
do you know who Ryan Holiday is? By any chance?
I don't.
He's a really good writer. He's written a lot of he writes nonfiction books. Young guy, but he written all about Stoicism and that how it's misrepresented and how it works in today's world. But the reason I bring him up is you made me think of him, because he had a quote. It's not a quote. He wrote it in one of his things, is that success is a lagging indicator, and his point being that in this world of instant gratification, people think if something doesn't you have to work at something sometimes for years before the success shows on the other end. And you don't know that. You just have to do it. That's why it's so important to love the process, because if you don't know the process, you're not going to do it. But truly, and again, I'm going through again Mel Brooks's autobiography, because there's so many facts that are fascinating to me in that. But getting a better feel for just how long and how involved and how many steps you have to go through to make a movie. So while I love giving you shit, that when you say it takes a long time, it does take a long time.
And I love getting your shit.
So yeah, especially about your baby, your golden movies. Nobody can say anything bad about movies. But it is true. It takes a long time. So is that issue, the pipeline, is it back open now? Is it back open all the way? What's going on?
It's getting better. That's all we can say. It's getting better. I think 23 is going to be a much better year for theaters. I think the studios have learned that streaming might not be the only answer. Here's a really interesting. I am, as you know, a physical media guy. I buy Blu-rays usually before groceries. And they don't taste nearly as good as most. But anyway, and the Bob Iger,
he's back at Disney.
Back
right?
in at Disney, and he actually was stated this. And Disney was one of the first to say, "We hate all physical media. We hate DVDs. We hate VHS. We hate Blu-ray." They didn't like it because they wanted to be able to re-release them all the time. They didn't like They didn't like the idea of ownership. They didn't want people to actually have physical copies of their movies because they felt like it was, and they may be right. I mean, actually, but the genie was out of the bag with like Betamax and VHS. So there was no going back, right? So Bob Iger said just last week that we're going to look again at the physical media market because they're losing money. They cut off, they choked off almost all of their DVD and Blu-ray releases. They're out there, but you have to really struggle to find them. And like it or not, and everyone's like, "Oh, like streaming because I just watch on my phone and tap a button." Like it or not, that's still like a multi-million-dollar industry. So just because it was in vogue to say, "Oh, streaming's the future," and Disney liked it because then they could control their library again.
Yeah.
People didn't own anything. Well, but they're just like watching, Paramount and all the other movie studios making, a couple cool million from weirdos like me who still buy physical media. And they're like, we do want some of that money. So, it's weird.
There are no weirdos like you. There are weirdos, but no one like you.
I've heard good things.
Yes. Well, good. So you're enthusiastic. You've been whining about the state of the movie industry for so long. It's unusual. I'm shocked on a Monday that you're in such high spirits about the present and future of the movie industry. Is that correct?
That is correct. That actually is correct.
I'm even in your tone. You're going to an AJ thing.
I have a little lilt. A little lilt. By the way, I owe you a blurb. I'm just about done. Just so you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, I've been reading all weekend, but I can stop if you want.
You don't have to read the whole thing.
I wasn't going to. I was going
to read a paragraph.
Well, I'm going to do more than that. I don't give out uneducated blurbs. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, get on that. That's important. Forget what Linda says. Get that done. All right. So for tomorrow, what I want from you is the best picture. There are 10 best picture nominees this year, right? I want you to rank them in the order that people, if they're going to see one, they should see this one. If they're going to see two, here's 2, 3, 4, and all the way down. I want you to do that for tomorrow. That'll be interesting because someone like there are other people like no one's like me, but other people will say the same thing. I don't have time to go. We want to, and you have to have. You can't just say And I know you'll have a reason why. This is why. Get out of here.
That's actually the blurb I'm sending you. I
like it. He was speechless. It was astounded at the quality.
There you go. Absolutely. So there we go. That's the show. We're actually back. It's weird. And
and you say tomorrow looks good because originally it didn't.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll let you know. It seems good on paper.
We got to let Lisa know. Lisa's been boo-hooing. Lisa got her blurb in last week, by the way.
I knew she would. She's a wordsmith.
She said, "I'm sorry I'm so late." I said, "Well, don't worry, Bulldogs." She goes, "I knew I'd beat him."
Hey, I was on the air before she was.
Funny.
Oh, there we go.
All right. So
there we go. That's a show. Go do something. The roads look better. The skies look better.
Yeah, it stopped.
Okay. It's safe.
Well, there's a little bit, but yeah.
Or as Laurence Olivier said to Dustin Hoffman in Marathon Man, is it safe? All right.
I am off to the Java House.
Enjoy. Lucky,
yes.
I'm going to go have some Maxwell House. It's depressing. Bye, y'all.
All right. Little Shirley to you.
Have a good day, y'all. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.